Wow. I guess I should start by saying hi. My name is Bettina, but I go by GC Queenslander Girl on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. I chose that handle because I don't really want my in-laws knowing that I'm this unwell. It's a choice that I've decided to make and I have to stick to it. So we are very quiet people anyway, so doing this is a hard thing. This machine, by the way, is not oxygen. It is a CPAP machine, and it's what I need to have 4 weeks prior to having my bariatric surgery, which is why I have it on during rest periods. So if I'm sleeping, if I'm reading a book, if I'm making a video. I'm making this video today because I want you guys out there to see why I've decided to go down the path of GoFundMe. Why I need your help. I have a spinal injury which has caused multiple levels of disc to prolapse in my thoracic to my lumbar and sacral areas. Prolapse discs cause a lot of pain, and I live on a lot of pain medications. So if I do sound groggy, this is why. I've debated for weeks and weeks and weeks if I should do this, but in Australia I'm not getting too far with the public system. Unfortunately, I've seen 2 neurosurgeons and both of them don't feel that I'm life-threatening enough to actually fix, which to me means that if I don't go down the bariatric surgery option, I have to live on a lot of painkillers for the rest of my life. And although this condition is not life-threatening as others, I don't want to lessen someone else's life-threatening disorders, because by far that's not me. I'm sorry, this is so difficult for me to even ask. We have a healthcare system here, and if you're a very low income family, and we were originally both out of work, my husband and myself. He studied during his absence of work because of he feels he was discriminated against age-wise when he applied for jobs. But this is not about him, this is about me. So getting back to my spinal injury, I have prolapsed discs, I have nerve impingements, I have herniations in multiple levels from my thoracic to my lumbar and sacral areas of my spine. I live on a daily cocktail of painkillers, and we're not talking just Panadol or paracetamol or Tylenol for you guys overseas in America if I'm reaching that far. I'm talking about morphine, or opioids, barbiturates, which is Valium, I think, Lyrica, Endep. And I mean, the Lyrica is 2 for peripheral neuropathy. Because of my weight, my diabetes, I can't feel my extremitories, so I've already had 1 big toe amputated. At the moment, I have a sore in my other big toe on my left foot, but the great news is there's no infection, which means I can still undergo bariatric surgery. I knew I should have made this video a while ago, but unfortunately I didn't. But I am now. I'm here now. So, along with a first and a second opinion of a neurosurgeon, they've both told me that Yes, although prolapse disc, nerve impingements, herniations, I've got lost height in some of my discs in my thoracic area, which will eventually mean that I have to have the whatever I have left in there taken out and more, fake ones put in and fused into my spine. But this is why I'm going to have my bariatric surgery first, is because I have high hopes, and even though I have seen a private neurosurgeon, she feels my weight loss won't fix my problems, because my issue is impingements and disc heights, herniations, prolapse discs, and the pressure needs to be lifted off those items to be repaired. But the bariatric surgery is going to fix a lot more than just, hopefully, my spinal issues. But to do that, I need money for private neurosurgery, when that does happen after bariatric. I have enough saved to have my bariatric surgery. I'm very lucky to have that. And obviously I have type 2 diabetes, and within 18 months my bariatric surgeon, Dr. Anthony Chen, who works at the QE2 Jubilee Hospital at Coopers Plains, he said that within 18 months I should be right off a lot of my medications, my insulins, blood pressures, my cholesterol tablets, my diabetes tablets, and hopefully my painkillers if it does help my back, my spine. But the neurosurgeon I recently saw privately, who isn't cheap, and this is why I've started the GoFundMe page, is to ask for help with the neurosurgery. Dr. Ellison Stevenson feels that bariatric surgery won't help with the prolapse disc, the nerve impingements, the discs that have minimal height, which means that soon it'll be bone on bone, which is classified, I suppose you call it decrepitation, and it's very painful. Pardon me. Sorry. My daughter was born with Erb's palsy, shoulder dystocia, and at the elbow at a young age she had to have the ulnar and the radial head cut and it refused. But unfortunately, the very last operation she was told that she could have, she was old enough to make her own decision at that stage, it was explained to her that if it did happen and it did fuse back, then she could suffer from decrepitation, which means bone rubbing on bone, and that's extremely painful. But again, it's not about her, it's about me. So I ask for your help. I ask for your help out there. We're a family of 4, and we can't afford a lot of medical needs. There's a lot of rehabilitation after surgery. Even though the bariatric surgery is laparoscopic and you're out of hospital within 3 days, the neurosurgery will take me a bit longer, and that's what's going to incur me the cost, because I don't have health insurance for that, unfortunately. So that's what I'm asking you to help me for. It's been very difficult. It's been a very difficult choice to make this video, because I've never had to ask strangers for help financially. I haven't worked for 3 years. I had a good job. I worked in human resources. I was doing a business degree. I finished that business degree majoring in human resources and workplace health and safety while I was off work. I do spend a lot of time in bed from the pain and because of the grogginess that the painkillers cause me to feel. I sometimes even see things on my walls, creepy crawlies, and they're not there. This damn machine for it, I've got to get the prongs changed to something that can help me breathe through my mouth and my nose. It's just it's just getting there. My daughter generally either takes time off work or I shuffle my appointments around to meet her hours off. So hopefully sometime next week I'll be able to go in and see what else I can do about this mask. It's so frustrating. Yeah. If you've ever had oxygen on, and this is not oxygen by the way, I'm sure I've told you that already. This is just air taken in by a machine that's got humidity built up through a little tank of water, which I probably have to change, but I can't bend down to change it, so I'll have to get my son to do it, who's 11, and he's wonderful too. He's a wonderful help. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, the nasal prongs. So if you've ever had nasal prongs, I think you'll understand. These don't hurt like nasal prongs because they're that shape. But it's when your ear, nose and throat are all joined together, and if I breathe in through the nose, it's like I've climbed up to a certain height and your ears sort of block. But look, today I really just wanted to talk to you about my spinal issues and the funds that I'm going to need. And I mean, I haven't had the chance to see the doctor yet to find out exactly how much it's going to cost. She wants me just to get through the bariatric surgery first. And that's costing me $16,000 Australian dollars. So I'm very fortunate that I had that. I had the ability to save money while I was working for the same company for about 5 years, but don't work now. My husband does work, but he finds it hard to even pay the bills, to put food on the table, and pay for some of the medical needs. This machine costs $200. It's a rented one, and that's for a month. So, and I don't know how long I'm going to need it after the surgery as well to heal, or if I'll need it. I mean, look, this video will probably be watched by many doctors, and you'll probably ask me many questions, but I am asking for your help. And I haven't had to ever ask for any help in my lifetime, and it's very difficult to do that now. And I've started this GoFundMe because, in all honesty, I'm desperate. And I'm sick of feeling pain. I'm sick of being unable to live like a normal person, be able to just the ability to go to the toilet, to wash myself. It's hard. You know, I have things like foot shoes that help me with my underwear to get on, and I have family help. I have 3 people here at home, so if at least one of them's not home, the other 2 are at home. Alternately, my husband and my son's at home. I don't generally get my son to help me get dressed though, because he's 11 years, so he can be quite embarrassed. So I'm asking for your help because I need financial assistance to pay for neurosurgery after my bariatric surgery. And I just want to make one thing clear. I know there are probably 1,000 things that could possibly go wrong. When I had that appointment with Dr. Chen about the bariatric surgery, he made it fully clear that this could happen, that could happen, this could happen, that could happen. Anything could possibly happen, but I'm desperate. I've been obese, morbidly obese for many years, and I don't look it maybe, but I'm around 125 to 130 kilograms. We don't go by pounds here in Australia, so I don't know how many pounds that is in America. I'm a big girl. I'm a roly-poly girl, and so there are a lot of things that could go wrong. And if something does go wrong, then I don't have any extra cash to spare to cover that. It's 3 days in hospital, but what if I need 5? What if I need 10? And then after that, there's the vitamins that I'm going to need for the rest of my life, which, don't get me wrong, I will be able to afford that because they help you out somewhat. The thing I won't be able to afford is the neurosurgery part of my recovery. Oh, God, I hate this. And if something goes wrong, that's what I don't have cover for. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. And if I can't answer them, I'll ask my own doctors, and they can assist me answer your questions. I am a genuine person that needs your genuine help, and I'm asking genuinely from my heart. I just want to make it clear again, it's not like I'm dying from anything, but that doesn't mean that there can be complications to things that happen, and if there are complications, then it's the aftermath that I need the financial help with, and it's the rehabilitation, and it's the living, it's the expenses with living, living expenses as well. It's not just medical. The hospital is approximately, I'm sorry, I have to take this off for a minute. If you Google the Gold Coast, an area called Rabina, to Cooper's Plains, it's about an hour to an hour and a half drive. Oh God, honestly, this is me. Hi. If you Google it, you will be able to see that it's about an hour to an hour and a half drive from my home. So if I'm in hospital for 3 days, fine, I can cope with that. But if something does go wrong and I do need further family, to visit me and help me to recover, that's another thing that I need the help with. I don't have the finances to cover those type of things either. I wasn't brought up to do this. I was brought up to work hard and to earn my dollars. This wasn't the way things got done in my family. My father taught me that hard work gets you a lot in life, gets you somewhere in life. But the thing is, I can't do that now, not right now, and I probably won't for quite some time again. So I have to get some light into this room. So I'm going to be back with you in just a minute, okay? So hold tight. Okay, back with you, and you probably wouldn't have even noticed because just like magic, iMovie can do it all without anyone intervening or without any brain fog. The Lyrica also makes me feel like there's a glass of water on the table. I know it's a glass of water, but I just can't say it's a glass of water. It's called brain fog, and it's so frustrating. So getting back to the way I was brought up, I wasn't brought up to ask for anything. I was brought up to work hard for my money. But the thing is, I can't. My husband is working part-time, and because he's also my carer, and I have an 11-year-old son to take to school, pick up, he works around all of that. And in the midst of that, he's also finishing his master's degree in counter-terrorism. So it's important to him that he gets this done. I don't know what else to say. But as I said, if you've got something else to ask me, send me a note. Send me a note on YouTube. Send me a message on Instagram. If you can, send me one on Facebook. I even have Twitter. And although I don't check those social websites too often because I'm sleeping most of the time, I do try my best. And this is my best. This is the best explaining myself and why I've started a GoFundMe fund. So if you could help in any way, I would so dearly appreciate it. I don't know how else to ask for help but to ask for help for GoFundMe. And if you could afford something, I would greatly appreciate that. And so would my health. And I will keep you informed along the way. Watch my YouTube. I do tend to make YouTube vlogs. I don't usually involve the rest of my family. They don't want to be a part of my videos. You know what young girls are like. I'm a 24-year-old girl. She better looks. I've got a son who's very much into a lot of gaming, and as a matter of fact, he started some gaming. God love him. Some gaming, a gaming channel, and he hopes to make some money off that as well. But unfortunately, we all know how YouTube works. I don't know, 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers, something like that. But, keep an eye on my YouTube. I downloaded one the other day, a video, very raw video. I'm so sorry, please just bear with me for a minute. Oh God. I really can't talk with that machine on. It really drives me insane. I certainly realise that my ear, nose and throat's connected to each other. Brain fog, I don't know. Okay, so keep an eye on my YouTube. The other day I made a video and I really didn't want to put it up there because it shows the pain that I'm in. It expresses the pain I'm in, and I do sound very groggy on my pain medication. I withheld my half 2.5 milligram Valium tablet today so that I could at least make this video, because I feel bad that there's nothing but writing on my GoFundMe page, and I wanted this to be a part of it, so I withheld that. So after this, I won't be taking it, but I'll be taking my normal 5 milligrams at bedtime at 8:30. So I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from and why I find the need to ask for your help. Don't know what else to say, but thank you. Even if it's just $5, $2, $1. I'm not a I'm not registered as an organisation, and to be honest with you, I don't have the strength to even find out how to go about it. So therefore, any donation that you do make towards me will not be in Australia, will be tax deductible, because I'm not a registered organisation. I'm what you call a sole trader that had to have an ABN. So for this, for me, I need to find out more from the Australian Tax Office as well, in relation to whether it be an income or whether it will be a gift, but that's just for me to worry about. I hope I've explained enough, and I hope you understand why I'm asking for your help. You know, I do know that a friend who had previously had back surgery was out of pocket by about $10,000, and she had health fund coverage. I don't. I had to suspend it. I had to suspend it about 3 or 4 months ago because I just could not afford to keep it up. I didn't have enough income coming in. And at that time, I had been paying the bills, but what money I did have saved got depleted in paying the bills, paying for the health fund, and a lot of other things too. So if you've got any questions, as I said, put them below in my YouTube comments. DM me in my, I don't think you can in Twitter, or in, I know you can in Facebook. You can messenger me. Send me a line, drop me a line, and I will do my best to answer your questions. Or if I can't, I will get my doctor to answer them for me, and I will get back to you. I want to thank you so much. I haven't received any donations as of yet, but I do want to personally thank everyone and each one of you out there for helping me. There's a lot of people in this world, and $1 would go $1 would go a long way. If 20,000 people or 30,000 people donated just $1. So thank you so much. I am not, I'm for real. I'm not joking. I do have reports. I don't even know how this works. I'm willing to even show you snap pictures of my reports. Of course, I will black out my name and things like that. Thank you. Thanks for taking the time to listen to me today, and thank you very much for even thinking about donating. Even if you don't, I still want to thank you. You've thought about it at least. I love you. Smile at me, because I will smile back at you.